Well, hi everyone. I'm John Redlin with my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's Sengoku Lord and Nagoya 2020 show. Before I get to that though, in regards to the upcoming Summer Struggle Tour, since I'm going to be working a whole lot, I'm going to have to possibly take 2 shows or even 3 shows in select videos and put them together in one video for you all. So don't think that I'm ignoring the shows. I'm very excited to see what they do on this tour, especially since it's going to be capped off by going to Jingu Stadium for a big outdoor event. That's going to be pretty goddamn cool. It's going to take place on August 29th. But I just wanted to put that out there that some of these videos may be doubled up because, that paycheck, it is very important. But I do love me some New Japan Wrestling. So, how the fuck was this show? Look, it was okay. There was like one good match. And I guess they kind of set up a possible, main event that we're going to see a little bit down the line. But the show is just okay. Now, I recognize they have a depleted roster and they're doing what they can. There's travel restrictions and all that, but there were a few too many shenanigans in the main event for my liking. So we have Taiji Ishimori and Yuya Uemura with, in the opening match. Nice wrestling to start. Yuya is going to be a big star. Ishimori is clearly going over. He got the S-Lock on and tapped Yuya. So there you go. Now we get to the multi-man match portion of this show. Yano, Ishii, and Gabriel Kidd versus Taguchi, Makabe, and Kojima. Typical 6-man action. I never get tired of Ishii having a chance to shine in the ring. I really hope he gets a title run. He's not going to win the big one, but I would love to see him win, maybe the Intercontinental Championship because I feel he deserves it. Gabriel Kidd showing no fear, but Makabe pinned him with a German suplex pin, 1, 2, 3. And then we get Bushi, Sonata, and Naito versus Gotosho and Yoshihashi. Glad to see Yoshihashi back. Was afraid that he was going to be out for a bit with a knee injury. Speaking of knee injuries, Show's partner, making up Roppongi 3K. He's going to be out with an ACL injury or some kind of tendon injury. It's going to keep him out for a while. Now, Show is one half of the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. Either have him face one man that's on a Junior Heavyweight team and switch the titles there and just do that, or give Show another partner, or just put the titles on ice. There's been some great talents that have had those championships, but we don't really need more championships when they aren't being defended that often and when they don't mean much of anything. You can't have a ton of belts or a ton of championships in one promotion and make them all mean something. They're going to have to do quite a bit with this over the coming months. Just do something with them, or just stop having them carry him out there, because Show is going to be a star. But if Yo's out for a while, do something with them. So, this was good action. It was typical, good action. Some good double, triple team moves and everything, and Skull End tapped out Show. It was not a bad match at all. Starting to think, shout out to Bobby, talk to him, on Messenger, and because he's a New Japan fan, it's possible they're setting up for Sonata to win the G1, which would be kind of cool, but I think it's still going to be Hiromu. But Sonata would be a good choice, too. Especially if, he puts in the effort and can get a chance to shine. Because him versus Evil actually could be a good match. Oh, and then Sonata and Naito beat up the referee afterwards. And then an announcement of the aforementioned Jingu Stadium show to cap off the Summer Struggle Tour. Then we get Ibushi, Tanahashi, Nagata, Tenzan, and Master Wato. Look, I wanna like this character. I don't like this character. I don't hate the guy. He's okay in the ring. I'm sure that I'll need some more time to really watch the guy, but I just have not been impressed so far. They brought him in and then Doki laid him out in his debut segment, and I don't know. I just hope something good comes of it. But anyway, they took on Suzuki, ZSJ, Taichi, Kanemaru, and Doki. Gee, I wonder who the fuck's taking the pin here. Oh, hi, Doki. You're taking the pin here. I know it sounds like I'm down on some of this stuff, but it's just because there's nothing wrong with repeating stuff and having things kind of be the same and just getting people in the ring, because repetition is key and you get to see some of your favorites and, builds potential good feuds. But this is just a typical match with Suzuki-gun trying to take down the faces and everything, and still going with the Golden Aces versus Dangerous Tekkers feud. And then everybody get in here. Everybody just gets in, does that, pulls a Harvey Birdman, and then the Kamigoye pins Doki. So there we go. That's your lot right there. And then it seems like Ibushi and Tanahashi decided to, say, hey, we challenge you to the match, even though or to a rematch, even though one of them should have pinned the tag champions if they wanted to get that. And then we get to a match that they tried to hype this Yujiro Takahashi versus Kazuchika Okada, and look, I didn't buy for a second that Yujiro was going to pose any threat to Okada. It's not that Yujiro isn't a good worker. He is. But he is basically the jobber of Bullet Club. He is. I mean, I'm sorry. He just is. And there was no way, no amount of Gato running in and trying to do stuff was going to save this match. It isn't that it sucked. It was just there. It's the most blasé I felt about an Okada match probably since his match with Jericho. But at least Yujiro seems to put in an effort. Oh, this is going well. But anyway, even with the interference, Okada got the clutch on and tapped out Yujiro. There we go. That's it right there. Never openly graphic with a little package. That was kind of cool. And then we get El Desperado versus Shingo Takagi. Never openly championship match. The highlight of the show. These two told a good story, with Desperado attacking the knee and Shingo not being able to spring off and hit, with a lot of power. But he could still hit, but he would have to hit short clotheslines. He couldn't hit the pumping bomber, at least initially. And there was some good stuff. Despy kept using the stretch muffler, which is a name I try not to laugh at, for I am a mature individual. But unfortunately, I do kind of laugh at it. Made in Japan for 2. And then just he kept, finally Shingo took over, pumping bomber. And then Last of the Dragons 1, 2, 3. I don't know who else he's going to face on this tour, but hey, Shingo has been a good champion. This match with Desperado was pretty good. Now, was it as great as the one with Show? No, but Desperado had a good showing for himself here. Evil versus Hiromu. It's the IWGP Heavyweight and IWGP Intercontinental Championship match. They need to separate those fucking belts. Just separate them. Do something. For the love of God. The double champion thing in any promotion, it's good for a pop, it's good for a little bit, and it doesn't really serve anything for anybody afterwards. Dick Togo's also at ringside. Yeah, cue the Dick Togo jokes. The interference, just a little side thing, the interference that Gato keeps booking in this stuff, or whoever keeps booking, if it isn't Gato, but I think it is him, the interference that he keeps putting in these matches for Bullet Club, to highlight, or to try and not highlight the fact that they don't really have a whole lot of people to make the group very interesting. It's getting kind of old, and it was getting old even when they did it with Jay White, who is who he is. Some people love him, some people hate him, but the interference stuff, I understand it on occasion, but when you do it and you're expecting it and you're like, oh, okay, this is taking me out of the match, it doesn't help. It really doesn't help. In this match, it told a good story. Former LIJ members and Hiromu starting 100 miles an hour, Evil slowing it down, using dirty tactics, Dick Togo interfering. An apron spot, of course, as part of the ring, and we get a superplex by Evil, a lot of neck focus and everything, which was kind of nice because Evil knew that Hiromu had the previously injured neck, and who would know better than a former stablemate. At one point, a couple of young lions get involved, Yuya and Kid, and then Hiromu just dives on everybody because they're trying to get away from Evil, but he won't let it because, wait, we need to all absorb this impact for the dive. And then a ref bump, interference. He gets time bomb number 2. No, that doesn't work. And then Dick Togo does the choking Dick Choco, if you will. And then everything is Evil 1, 2, 3. And then Ishimori comes down. I think it's going to be Ishimori versus Hiromu for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. And then we're going to get Naito versus Evil. Because it seems like Naito's like, well, playtime's over, give the titles back. At least I think that was a translation on New Japan Global, but the show was okay. It wasn't bad. I don't regret waking up to watch it, but you could have not watched the show and you wouldn't have missed shit. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.